Precious souls, welcome to the happy space. Let's find out what you need to know. Calling in your higher self, your guardian angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Under the protection of Archangel Michael, what do we need to know about judgment? Some big awakening. Who's going through this awakening? What's going on? An emperor. Walking away from something. Oh, do tell. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Nine of Pentacles. Someone's having a massive glow up. It's inspiring, this emperor. Watching you set an example on how this is done. It's like a wake-up call for this emperor. Because they see you walking away. You're finally pouring into yourself. You're waiting for no one. Ta-ta. Oh, they don't want you to break the cycle and leave them behind. Well, progress waits for no one. What is this card doing in here? Look at the size difference. Whoa. Oh my gosh, what is going on, Spirit? They're communicating in such a strange way. They want reunion with you. They're coming in with a cup of love after being in hermit. So they've done some soul searching, if you will. I do not know how that little tiny card got in there. This is wild. Okay, well, let's go to the little tiny cards. Spirit, please tell me more. Tell me more about judgment. Tell me more about judgment. They're seeing that they might have had a third party involvement. Queen of Wands in reverse. So this is someone who's really pushy, demanding, overbearing, a bully. And they were with this individual. And now they're having a wake-up call like, gosh, you're not exactly who I thought you were. I honestly am getting, thank you, Spirit, this person had to experience what they've given out to others through this individual in order to come to this awakening, to truly understand what it feels like the player got played or the bully got bullied, that, yes. Spirit, more about the Emperor, please. Wow. It's not because there's it's not to punish, it's to bring to light. We are all here to learn and grow, and sometimes we don't see the error of our ways because of the way we were raised or the way we were programmed or just some of our insecurities and fears. We don't understand until we experience it ourselves. And even still, some people will take that, instead of seeing the mirror or the reflection of themselves, they'll say, how dare you pick on me? They don't realize, they've done that to others. But this individual, this emperor, is having a wake-up call. Yeah. Okay, so they didn't come forward with a brand new beginning, an emotional, overflowing, outpouring, sharing of their emotions to you. So they don't want you to transition and move on. They're like, wait, I changed my mind. I gave my cup to the wrong person. Oh my God, this is on the back. They want a reunion. They want to reunite with you. But this is after sticking 10 swords in your back. How do you come back from that? Yeah, they're bringing in this little itty bitty offer, like, hey, are we still good? Truth's coming to light, okay? There were some things done in the dark. You might have been dealing with someone who's an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, someone who's more of a thinker than, really express their emotions. Very logical, stoic. Magician and oh gosh, they've been manifesting you, but they've been hoping you, I hate to say it, but stay weak enough in this lower vibration that they can come through and change your mind. But they also see that you are on this glow up. This was my next question to Spirit. There they are, the same card. What about this glow up? You're a kind, giving soul, and they're hoping that you will see it as just give back a little. Like, you're all love and light. It's about forgiveness, and let's move on from here, and let's sweep this under the rug. Everything's coming into balance. And I feel like you two meeting is going to bring some sense of peace to each of your hearts, regardless of what happened, what's happening. I feel like it's the closure that you once manifested, and it just took so long to come in, and you don't even need this closure anymore. But I feel like maybe this individual does, or both of your hearts would benefit largely by just coming to a peaceful resolution that you go your own ways and try to see the bigger picture, because you guys had an intense soul connection to learn from each other. You're keeping your heart open. You're a very kind, nurturing individual, okay? You're very strong discernment as well, okay? So no, you won't be the doormat that they remember leaving behind, the people pleaser, the one that just says, oh, whatever, just to soften the edges so they feel more comfortable. But you know, there was never any option. You were the only option, and this individual is just coming to terms with this. But you can also see past the illusions. This person was very greedy, okay? There's someone who's, thank you, Spirit. Moment, guys. There's someone who you viewed at first as someone very similar to you. You could see their inner self, their inner power. You could see that they were a manifester like you. You could see their spiritual abilities, but they were using it as self-serving only, in manipulative ways. So they were operating out of their shadow side. You were operating out of your light side. This person, again, operating out of their dark side. They were going against spiritual laws. It's something that they've grown so accustomed to. It's how they've actually built their wealth in life. It's how they've accumulated, because they're, yes, I see you, love. I'll be right there. They're so detached from this connection you have with the divine because yours is so pure. They use their power harming others or manipulating others for personal gain. Thank you, Spirit. They're very ungrounded, however. There's something shocking coming in. What is this, Spirit? What is shocking that's coming in for the collective? Something that's going to surprise you. The level of deceit that was done in the background, okay? There was a lot of corruption, coercion, a lot of thievery, a lot of gossip, a lot of slander, a lot of discrediting you because they were worried that the truth would come out. This person's very defeated. A lot of defeat in their heart now as a result. They see you moving on, and they're just throwing their hands in the air at this point. They weren't prepared to fight for the relationship before, and they're certainly not really fighting for it now. It's almost like just surrender to the fact that they messed up. But there's closure in some communication, possibly. Might not even be for a while. You've already moved on. You don't need the closure anymore. That was an old desire of yours, to see that they return and you talk it out and figure things out and give you some answers. They didn't want to do that. You moved on. You're having a massive glow up. Okay. Knight of Pentacles, yeah. Not only were they slow moving, they just didn't even bother coming in. Like I said, they just kept you waiting and waiting, which was draining your energy. This person from the past didn't do the childhood healing like you have, the inner wounds, right? This person in the past went through a lot in their childhood. They weren't raised the same as you. You come from very different backgrounds, but we all have challenges that we're meant to learn from. That's why we choose the parents we do when we come here, to test us the most. But this individual chose to just fall into old patterns. So they continued the cycle. They continued the cycle in their family lineage. Yeah. Other generations will have to break this. These cycles. Oh, really? I'm just going to get a bit more on this. I feel like you really turned their plans right upside down. Thank you, Spirit. They had plans. They were going to be someone who could kind of controlled and took charge of your energy and benefit largely from you. They figured you'd still be waiting when they returned from whatever it is that they were doing in the background. But you healed so much. They're not even, you're nowhere that they left you at all. They haven't moved much at all, but you've grown so much, immensely. In fact, this person was the catalyst to you learning how to love yourself and start treating yourself with the respect and the attention that you deserve, following your own dreams. This person viewed you, no offense, just take the message as it is, as very gullible, that they could lead you. But I'm seeing also that part of this was you kind of giving them the rope to see where they went with it, kind of playing it out, like, oh yeah, whatever. Let's see where this goes, right? I think you were shocked at the end. The way that they were treating you was definitely not respectful. Spirit, is there anything else with these cards that you want to share? Emperor. They want me to let you know that this is an emperor nonetheless. You weren't wrong that they have something similar. They had the potential to be the emperor who sat next to the empress in this world. Had they made better choices, had they decided to face their fears, their insecurities, which are extremely deep-rooted, ooh, chills, is what I'm hearing. You had made the deal to come and meet into life and try to learn from each other. Unfortunately, this person did not, despite countless efforts and opportunities to do so, did not choose to step up and learn and be supportive and to give back to this relationship. They are an emperor, but they are a fallen emperor. That is someone who abuses their power and authority. What's the outcome of this, Spirit? I'm going to get some different cards here. What can we expect for an outcome from this connection? Spirit, what is the outcome? The outcome of this connection. Yeah, they're stuck, stagnant. So long as you're in their energy, you will remain stuck and stagnant. It's pushing both of you to see the truth, to change your perspective. The outcome is each of you will be able to change your perspective on different things, how to treat yourselves, how you've been treated by others. Thank you, Spirit. But for now, in their energy, stuck, stagnation, not being able to move forward. They also want me to say 12 is a very important number. Justice will come of this, okay? So in all the ways that you were mistreated by this individual, ignored, placed on a shelf, dismissed, this could have been an avoidant, I'm getting. Yep, an avoidant. In all the ways that happened, you will be receiving compensation for this, and this individual will be receiving similar as what they gave out, okay? This will be part of the justice. There's more coming. I don't know what the more is. Is there more? What are you talking about, Spirit? More justice for the collective? Yeah, they'll be going through a similar betrayal so that they truly know what it feels like. I'm feeling that's with this Queen of Wands in reverse. Somebody also who misuses their witchy little powers. Where'd that come from? I don't know. Witchy little powers. Oh, gosh. The manipulator is being manipulated. Okay, is there anything else we need to know about justice? If there's a legal matter in between you and this person, I feel like this is going to definitely work in your favor. Favor? That's not even a word. Favor, father, emperor, father. This is someone... Oh, thank you. I love when Spirit works like this. That was wild. This is someone who treated you like a child. Okay? They were almost like acting like your father. Like had you pursued this any further, you would have had to ask their permission for everything. They would have been very much in control. This person was chosen when you had father issues that weren't healed yet. Thank you. Wow, this is getting deeper and deeper. What else, Spirit? What does the collective need to know about this justice? Holy. If you look at this individual, you will see their unhealed parts were a lot like maybe the fatherly figure or authority in your life. Okay, justice for the collective, Spirit. Justice. I just heard you'll be sent somebody who matches your energy. So the more you start pouring into yourself and really loving yourself, you're literally manifesting someone who sees you in that same light and will treat you as such. That's why a lot of people, we were programmed to believe it's selfish to pour into ourselves. Nope. That's what keeps people in these perpetual cycles that are unhealed, right? We don't want that anymore. So what else is there, Spirit? The outcome is each of you eventually seeing, reflecting, and healing your childhood wounds. That's what this whole process was about. The justice will be seeing that although you may not have been able to heal those unhealed cyclic parts of your father in your life, your paternal father, okay, or figure, you'll see that you've healed it within yourself. This is beautiful. And you will no longer attract individuals that have those unhealed aspects because you are becoming whole in yourself. Wow, I'm seeing a direct balance between the masculine and feminine side of yourself, which is our biggest dream to be able to attain, where you need for no one, but anybody who enters your life is just a beautiful plus, right? Having two people, I'm seeing you down the road meeting someone who has done the same work and has found the same beautiful balance. Yes, finding the masculine and feminine balance in such whole form that when you two get together, your true divine counterpart, someone who's done this healing, it'll be so powerful. Woo! Oh, yes, sirree. And I see a brand new contract coming in. This one is gone. It's done, unfortunately. You will have a choice to make. You'll have a choice to make. Oh my gosh, Spirit. Cue the dog whine. 833. Okay, so you're going to need to pull on your strength with the 8. Okay? Trust your sensitive heart and express yourself authentically. Really? Just a minute, little guy. Because you are being tested right now to see in the past when things didn't go your way exactly in the timing you desired, you would go back to the past as a default. Spirit needs to know that you are not going to do this default. If things get really rough, that you're going to fall back in almost like a codependent way. Spirit needs to see that you will never go back on default with the things you knew didn't work, so you settle. Because what's to come, you will run into your own challenges because you will be a leader. And they need to know that you are not going to crumble and fall backwards to old behaviors and patterns and people. Spirit, that's beautiful. So just so you know, yeah. Oh, Mr. Man. He wants his mommy. All right, we'll close this up. If you feel called, guys, you can subscribe for free to my YouTube channel, Earth Angel 3811. It's free. We host lives. I do a lot of free readings on there. All our soul family meet, help each other, support each other unconditionally. Okay, the Chariot in reverse. This person is still trying to hold you back. So if you're feeling like you're still being held back as part of this, is the divine test to see if you will. The divine is allowing this person to pull on your energy and hold you back a little bit, keeping your mind reflecting back to make sure you won't go back. The divine is allowing it only to a certain point to make sure you will not fall for this and manifest and break through your manifestations, okay? You've got a choice. Do you want to keep pushing forward even though it's going to get a little tricky first, right? It's you go through it. Do I take the safety net of the past, which I know didn't work and wasn't good for me? Or do I move on and just manifest the life of my dreams? You are breaking through this. I know you've got this. You've got this. This person has no say anymore. No say. Is that all, Spirit? Whoa, that was strange. I've never shuffled them like that before. Anything else? Final pass, Spirit. And we're closing this out because my puppy dog wants my attention again. Oh, one more. Okay. Yes. Wounded warrior. You have held your ground. You've gone through the worst, the hardest. You've been tested and tested and tested. And it's like, if I could get any more complicated, but now it's time to switch that mindset and say, how good can it get? It's in reverse. The 9 is the releasing. It's about to get amazing because you've held your ground, you've remained firm in your resolve, that you've trusted in faith, and you say, I don't know when, and it's sometimes a little stressful, but everything is going to work out because I know I've held my faith and I will not settle for less. And boom, there it is. Spirit, I'm splitting the deck. Yeah. Get out there and live life in its fullest experience because everything in every moment carries some sign for you that's about to light you up and like a little trail lead you to where you need to go now. You're stepping into your highest timeline. You've done an amazing job. You are truly the magician. Do you realize how powerful you are? You manifest everything just through thought, intention, and passionate believing that it's going to be. And so it is. Take care, guys. Keep shining.